Hi, welcome to Christy's Corner. Today we're going to learn how to cut, the proper way to cut, to use a knife, and how not to cut your hands. The first thing you always need to do is wash your hands. So I'm going to go to the sink and wash my hands with soap and water. Because in your home you don't usually use gloves. Thoroughly wash your hands, both sides. And here's my paper towel. There we go. There. So, the items needed for today's lesson are a good knife, a cutting board, and obviously some vegetables. Today we're going to use the zucchini because it's easy to do for our lesson. Some little carrots. I have some cauliflower because I'm going to be making roasted vegetables. And then I also brought out an English muffin. This could be a bagel to show you the proper way to cut that. So, all right. To begin with, let's discuss some safety using a knife. Always hold the knife by the handle. When you're passing it to someone, always pass it this way. You don't hand somebody a knife like this. Always hold by the top of the blade and hand them the handle. That's important. So the couple of methods that we're going to go over today are the bridge. When you're cutting something, you want to hold it like this, like a bridge, and cut this way, so you're not cutting your hand. It's like this. See? A bridge straight through, nothing's getting cut. And the other method is curling your fingers like this. So when you're cutting, you're not cutting your fingers. And you always have to watch what you're doing. Cannot be looking around, talking to someone. You need to be looking at what you're cutting. That's very important. So let's start with our zucchini. I'm going to rinse that off. So I'm just going to cut it in half, and I'm going to hold it like that. Just cut it in half. Now we want to cut this lengthwise, so we're going to use that bridge method I just discussed. We're going to make a bridge out of our hand, hold the zucchini this way, and we're going to cut. I'm cutting on an awkward angle so you can see. And then you're just going to cut straight down. If I do this and I want to cut, I'm going to cut my hand. We don't want to do that. So use the bridge method. Hold your hand up, cut straight down, and we have a nice straight line. Now we're going to revert. We're going to flip these over so the flat side's down, and we're going to curl our fingers, and we're going to just cut like this. Again, always watching what we're doing, always eyes on the knife and the item you're cutting. So it's just straight down. Sometimes you're going to have to cut and go saw back and forth. Today it's a zucchini, you don't really have to do that. I will to show you back and forth. I am going back and forth, but because it's a zucchini, it's pretty quick. There you go. And that's done. Do the other half for you. Again, looking at what you're doing, cut the end off, put it to the side. Use the bridge method, up, cutting right through so I don't cut my hand. Face down, and then curling your fingers out of the way, because if I use my fingers this way, what can happen? I can cut myself. If I'm not paying attention and you're talking to somebody else and your head goes this way and you're cutting, you forget to move your fingers, you'll cut your finger, and we don't want that. Curling my fingers again and cutting back and forth. A quick back and forth because this is a simple thing to cut. Easy. Just like that. There we go. All right, now we're going to cut something like a carrot, which isn't as easy to cut. Again, curling your finger. These are mini carrots. I'm going to keep that down like that. Ready? Hold and cut. And I have to apply pressure. That's okay. Notice I have my finger. This works for me on top of the knife. There you go. That's pretty simple. And I'm cutting little slices. There you go. That aside. We're going to have some cauliflower with my mixed vegetables, so I'm going to wash this off quickly. And again, curl the fingers. Take my knife by the handle. Cut it in half. Push the other half aside. A safety thing to do when you're cutting is the flat edge of whatever you're cutting, we have cauliflower here, is going to go face down. That way it's stable and not rolling around. Again, curling your fingers, looking what you're doing, head down, cut. And now we have two pieces. And we're going to do the same thing here, face down so it's not wobbly, it's secure to the surface. And we're going to look at what we're doing and cut straight down. There we go. All right, so that's it for our vegetables for right now. The other thing I wanted to show you is how to cut something like a bagel. I don't have a bagel, so we're going to use an English muffin. So most people, you want to hold it like this, right? Hold it secure and cut this way. But again, you could cut fast and cut right into your hand. Do not do that. That's a no. This is, again, when you want to use that bridge method. You want to take the English muffin, make a bridge. Here's our bridge. The knife goes on top. You know where your fingers are. The fingers are on the side. Take the knife in the middle. Looking at what we're doing. And cut straight down. And you can hold it this way. Straight down. Back and forth. Sawing. Back and forth. Back and forth. For this, I used a different type of knife. And I cut the English muffin or the bagel without cutting myself. So there you go. I hope that was helpful. And make sure you have an adult with you when you're learning to cut. Very important to have adult supervision. Thank you.